Amberlynn Reed, stop lying about Porkahontas. What you said happened in the voice chat did not happen, and never will happen, and I know this for a fact. Before we get into it, I want to say one thing, and that's that I have Porkahontas' permission to make this video. Here's the Discord messages that we exchanged. It was just me asking if I could, I already got the okay to make the video, and then this was to include content that Porkahontas themselves made. So before we get into the TikTok where they explain their side, I want to say that Porkahontas has been someone I talked to since before I even started the channel, really. Genuinely one of the most selfless people, so kind and uplifting, has been there since day one to support the channel, and anything that Amber has told you guys, which I'm sure you already knew, is a lie. Let's get into it. I'll explain the video that first let's watch what Amber had to say.
That was funny. Listen, Porkahontas was in the VC last night, you guys, and so Porkahontas is always in the chat, like, saying crazy things, like, #1 hater. I felt like I was fangirling when I saw they were in the VC, so I was ready to throw down, and I thought Pocahontas would be ready too, right? You guys, this person is more boring than stale white bread. You would not have believed it. They said, "I love you, Amberlynn. I've always loved you." I'm like, I was ready to brawl. Like, yeah. I was like, all right, I'm ready.
I was so excited.
And that's probably why they're not here now.
She was also drunk as fuck.
Yeah, like, so I mean, she was inebriated, so like I still have hope. She said she just came in to say happy birthday. Then you guys did a whole little thing, and it was kind of boring to be honest. Like, I'll be honest, like I was muting people, like other social media people were like, "Dude, we want to hear this. We've been waiting for this moment." Like, she was supposed to try out, and it just kind of sucked, man. It just kind of sucked. It was very disappointing. It was not.
I was so.
I asked her a question. Well, Amber asked her a question, she didn't answer it, and then I asked her again, and she did everything but answer the question.
Yeah, it was one of these rare moments where Amberlynn and Fupa were like actually fighting together instead of just trying to kill each other and being like, "Oh, you don't like this person? Well, I love them. You like that person? I hate them." Like, it was like, wow, dude, this is amazing.
That might have been the only time.
Don't get too excited, Scooter.
Oh, trust me.
Yeah, that might have been the only time though. It was. Careful, Amberlynn. Pocahontas is a chat favorite. Exactly. That's why I was like so fucking ready. You guys have no idea. Tina even ran there. Yeah. Tina was literally in that, like, just ready. It was bad, you guys. You would not have liked Pocahontas. Nobody in the VC did. It was. Look, and then she ended up running away like a little chicken shit. Like,
hold on 1 minute. What did you tell her? And then she disappeared.
Sorry, baby. I don't remember. I don't remember. What was it that I said right before she left?
She said, "Hold on 1 minute. I'm gonna do some investigating." And then she.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's what it was.
I wonder if she's.
Should I tell them about the phone calls?
I mean, fuck it. Wait, she is still in the.
I personally think it's fucking creepy as fuck, and I'd be sleeping with a pew-pew. That's just me.
I do have a pew-pew.
So you'll see when Porkahontas says her piece here in a second that none of that was true, and that, the investigating that Amber's talking about is actually literally trying to dissect this, like, Pocahontas' entire identity, race, where they live, like, age, everything, because for some reason Amberlynn's obsessed with age. And something I want to make very clear here is that Porkahontas is not the one calling with Emily's number. I mean, Amber, I'm sorry your girlfriend has a humiliation thing, like, likes to prank you with that stuff, but it's not Pocahontas. She has a life outside of you, so, like we all do. So this is beyond me. Pocahontas messaged us as soon as they got done in the VC, and she told us what had happened in there, because she was shocked. I want to make it very clear, Pocahontas also didn't pay for the membership. She got a gifted membership, and then that is how she was able to get into the VC. Alright, so here's Porkahontas' TikTok she made.
Hey girls! So Amber talked shit about me and I wasn't going to waste my time responding, but I'm just gonna say this. I get it that Amber doesn't like. That shit fucks with me more than her, but me saying Emily and I laugh on Reddit or she sends me dashes doesn't make me a stalker.
Let me say something. If you've never been on a locale bus stream, I don't blame you. Pocahontas is a fan favorite by far. Everyone loves her in there. Her witty comments, pre-show and during the show, it's awesome. It adds so much, and it gets under Amber's skin really easily. And that's the thing, is Amber needs the attention on her 24/7, and when the chat likes someone more than her, especially someone who's not even on the show, that's a whole thing. And that's why they wanted her to try out so bad, in my opinion, is because they know that she's more popular than them.
I never said I love Amberlynn. What got her triggered was I said I love Amber George Reed.
Something that's not included in this video, and something that is included in a voice note I was sent on Discord from Porkahontas, which I will not be including in respect of her privacy, is that how they were like, oh, we asked her a question, she never replied. The question they asked was how they knew her dad's name was George, or why did you call me George Lynn? And Porkahontas said, because I want to, and they were mad that was her answer, and that's all she had to say. So they said she didn't answer. She did answer the question, it's just not what they were looking for, but yeah.
The sarcasm was maybe lost on her minions, but not her. Amber and her minions wanted me to apologize for calling her George, which I declined.
By minions, Porkahontas had informed us that there was about 4 other people that they left unmuted in the call, other than Amber and Fupa, who were glazing Amber and coming after Pork.
And the big kicker to saying I'm a stalker is her audacity to say she has never said her dad's name on YouTube ever before.
But we just thought it was really funny, and she uses it to sleep in, and what I find funnier is that my dad's name is George, so whenever I look at the shirt, I actually think of him.
She also didn't say how people said it didn't sound like me, or that she was asking if I'm fat, my dad's name, my age, where I'm from. Then went full racist read saying I sound black or Hispanic to her minions.
So this is the investigating that Amber insisted they were doing, and that, Porkahontas ran away from, like, quote-unquote chicken shit. You were trying to find everything about this person's life. I would run away too. You have a history for doxing and whatnot, so no one's safe around you. Her race doesn't matter, where she lives doesn't matter, how she looks doesn't matter, Amber. You are in no place to judge that. And her age doesn't either.
What does my race matter? Seems a little doxing Lynn to me. I am funny in chat, but I have never once threatened that trout mouth, nor would I waste my time somehow make a call come from Emily's number. I'm sorry Emily is pranking you, Pookie, but you're the one who's dating someone with a humiliation kink, along with the feeding thing. Now the one thing I will give Scooter more so than Amber's I was lit. I was in pre-chat with my girls and even told them I'll be having my Friday tequila. I apologize it was Friday night, and instead of having a life I watched Amber crash hers.
1, Amber drinks all the time with buzzballs. They even do it on stream. 2, who cares? She's allowed to drink. Like, what? Like, this is so baffling to me. Like, oh yeah, she was drunk as fuck. Like, who the fuck cares? She's an adult. She can do what she wants, Amber. Like, oh my god. But what Porkahontas just said here became one of my top 10 favorite quotes in all of Gore World history. Sorry, instead of having a life, I watched Amber crash hers. Absolute cinema.
So with that, I might not be in chat, but I know my girls will carry on. Amber will continue to try and bully and silence people. Yet she works for a man who made an AI video of her offing a cat.
So, yeah, that was the video, and then Porkahontas also added some in the caption. She said, it's a long video, so I apologize ahead of time, but Professor Pork had to lay it out there. At this time, I won't be in chat because I'm pretty sure Hamburger George Reed is trying to dox me. I love you, hater girls. Peep the hashtags. Yeah, I mean, for obvious reasons, then Amber has the nerve to go on the stream and be like, I don't see Porkahontas in here anymore. I don't see Porkahontas in here anymore. Okay, well, 1, the gifted membership did run out, if I'm correct. 2, why would someone who is actively thinking that you might put them in harm's way by doxing them on the internet, like, why would they come in and associate themselves with you again? That makes no sense to me, Amber. Now, I mean, it is crazy how Amber thinks, like, she won this, she ate it up, she really got Porkahontas here, she called her out, and she figured out what was going on. Like, you know nothing, Amber, and I promise you that. So then we were talking in the Discord for a while, and we were like, well, you should go in there and, record the VC. And Porkahontas is like, I thought they said that they could see, and then it'd be this whole thing. And we were like, well, we wonder if that's really true, if that's just them trying to scare people into things. So, after someone else in the Discord with me did a little bit of, and by a little bit, I mean, like, literally just Googled it. You see that, you can't, because Discord doesn't notify unless they're using some sort of other weird software, but like it says at the end of that, you should always assume that what you're said in the VC is being recorded, because regardless, whatever you put on the internet is on the internet forever. You learned this in, like, the 3rd grade, and I know you like to say you didn't learn it because you were jumping around school to school, but you learned it. Sorry, you hear my dogs. And I'm gonna further defend. This is literally, this is Porkahontas telling us after the fact and saying that, it was wild in there, and that Fupa was glazing Amber in there too. Like, again, this just proves furthermore that Fupa is a plant, but here are some other things that we learned. This is literally before Amber had the chance to go on live to say anything, before anything, this is Porkahontas told us exactly what happened as soon as it, like, right the morning after it happened, something like that. But she also told us, like, right after it happened. So here you see they're calling Porkahontas boring, but yet they're begging her to come back in, and they're still coming after her, guessing race and stuff. Like, again, Race and where they're from, it does not matter whatsoever. It never has, never will. And to think that someone's so born that you want them to come back, really interesting take there, Amber. I'd like to know where your thought was with that. And obviously I had to blur this, but she called Porkahontas the C word about 20 times, and just, God almighty. Lacey was in there, and just, I mean, utter chaos. And I don't, again, like, obviously Amber said her dad's name, George, on YouTube a million times. People in chat have said it a million times, but for some reason it's a problem when Porkahontas does it, simply because the chat likes Porkahontas. Again, Amber, you're not a girl's girl. You were all mad at Rachel for not being a girl's girl. I do not like Rachel. But, come on, you gotta practice what you preach. So no, Porkahontas did not say she loved Amberlynn, and definitely not in a genuine way. Porkahontas did answer the question, and what Amber failed to leave out is that her information gathering was just full of trying to dox someone who's been someone who's so loved in the community, who has done literally no wrong. Porkahontas does not have a reaction channel, literally nothing, other than a TikTok, which will be linked in the description. But what I want to say is that Porkahontas is one of the most selfless people out there in the community. Definitely go follow her TikTok. She has been so uplifting to me ever since I started, and is just genuinely such a kind person. So I wasn't going to let her name be slandered, especially because I know her off of the YouTube chat. But I think that, you know, maybe this wasn't as, it's just crazy to me. I mean, Porkahontas is just such a kind soul. So, with that being said, please follow her and like up all her TikToks. She truly deserves it. And RIP Porkahontas in the chat, please. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!